Guys, it's Brandon and welcome to Brandon's Spiritual Journey. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about sleep paralysis and how to embrace it. Now, before we get into that, I just want to say sorry about the lighting. As I mentioned in my first video, during the day, I don't get any direct sunlight. And because of that, the daylight, I mean, it's still a lot better lighting than it is now, but I don't have professional lights or anything like that. I literally have a lamp. And so yeah, the lighting isn't good. It's nighttime. I'm kind of nocturnal. I'm also kind of an insomniac. When I made that video earlier today, I don't remember when I made the video. I know it was earlier today, obviously, or yesterday, because it's after midnight, but I had been going on 3 hours sleep. Well, I finally, after I meditated for about 30 minutes, I was able to fall asleep for about 4 hours. So, I guess you could say I'm going on a total of about 7 hours sleep, but not all, one after the other. I slept for 3 hours. I was awake for like 15 hours, and I slept for 4 hours, so it's terrible. I've always been kind of an insomniac, but I was able to kind of overcome it, but now it's kind of returning again, and I'm not quite sure why. So, yeah, but when I do sleep, I a lot of times have sleep paralysis, and now I sometimes try to actually go into sleep paralysis, because I've been trying to astrally project, or project astrally, however you want to say it. So, sorry, I'm really calm. I just meditated for a little bit, and I feel very calm and relaxed, and it's a nice feeling. But anyway, basically what sleep paralysis is, it's basically whenever I think I even may have touched on this in my last videos. Whenever you go to sleep, I don't know if I did or not. Because I made a previous video that I was going to post, but I ended up not posting it because I didn't like the way the video turned out. So, I may have posted it, I may not have, I'm not totally sure. But what sleep paralysis basically is when your body goes into sleep, into a hypnagogic state, you go into muscle atonia, which is muscle weakness. That way you don't act out your dreams. So basically, when you're sleeping, your body isn't prone to moving a lot due to muscle weakness, which thus induces sleep paralysis. Now, basically, what happens when you're in sleep paralysis is you're awake in your mind, your conscious is aware, and your body is asleep due to muscle atonia. So, for a lot of people, and even for me, when I first started experiencing it, it can be a very terrifying experience. It really can be. It can be very terrifying, and sometimes you feel like there's presences around you, but it's all in your own consciousness. So it's a matter of thinking. So how to embrace it, I've come to find out through various forms of research, is to remember love. Whenever you're in sleep paralysis and you're laying there and you can't move and your mind is awake, just remember love. Think of something you love and just hold on to that. Because nothing's going to happen. Your body's perfectly fine. You're not going to die. And for most cases, it only lasts for a few moments. And then you'll either wake or fall asleep. Because this can happen during, the hypnagogic state and the hypnopompic state, which we'll get in future videos. So, that being said, the way to best, like I said, the best way to, I feel, in my experience, to embrace it is to remember love. And just try to Just embrace the feeling. Don't be scared of it. Don't let negative thoughts enter your mind. Just embrace it. Think of something that you love. And if you don't want to experience sleep paralysis, there's a way to get out of it. If you don't want to embrace it, if it terrifies you, if you want no part of it, the best thing you can do is try to wiggle your fingers or your toes. That's the best way to wake your mind up, or wake your body up, because your mind is already awake and aware and conscious. So, basically, if you don't want to experience this, just subconsciously try to work your fingers, just move them, your toes, and as much as you possibly can. And I think, at least a lot of times, the scariest part of it in the past for me was the fact that I couldn't control my breathing. Because when you're in sleep paralysis, it's, at least for me, I can't say for other people, because pretty much almost anyone you can talk to will say they've experienced that at some point in their life. Like, I did some asking around through various people I know, and they said, yeah, that's happened to me before, but it doesn't happen to them often, where with me it happens almost every time I sleep. Not every time, but almost every time. So, if you just, that can be the scariest part of it, is, for me at least, is not being able to control your breathing, because your body is breathing on its own, like it's supposed to do. And you can't control it, like, I just told myself to take a breath. You can't really do that in a sleep paralysis situation, because it's just, I don't know technically how to explain it in technical terms, but I know I can't. Like, especially when I'm on my back, if I'm trying to astral project, I can't it feels like there's a heavy weight on your chest or on your stomach area. And that can be a very frightening experience. The myths around Hat Man, or whatever it's called, I can't remember exactly. I have researched it, because when I first heard about, like, a demon sitting on your chest, it scared the daylights out of me, honestly. And then it's a myth. I mean, that's not what's happening. It's just muscle atonia, and that's all you really need to worry about. It's nothing bad is gonna happen. Just try to embrace it. If you don't want to embrace it, that's okay. But this channel is devoted to, like I said in the previous video, is to guide ourselves through life. And sleep paralysis can be a wonderful thing if you learn how to embrace it and not fear it. Just get the fear out of you. Just clear your mind of all the fear, all the negative energy, and just surround yourself with good energy and happy thoughts, and you will be okay. Even if you don't, you'll be okay. It's just more terrifying if you don't. So I would recommend try to just remember love. In the book I'm reading, Astral Projection and the Nature of Reality, it actually talks about that. And that really, kind of clicked for me. I was like, that makes sense. And, before I even was reading this book, I learned how to embrace it, because I did a lot of research on sleep paralysis, and then that's, like I said in the other video, that's how I stumbled upon astral projection in the first place. So, if you want to embrace it, just remember love, surround yourself with good energy, clear your mind of negative thoughts, and everything will be okay. Like I said, even if you don't do any of that, it'll be fine. You'll wake up eventually, and you might be terrified. And if you want to know about, I'm not going to get into it in this video because it's kind of a long story. I can actually remember it like it was yesterday. And this happened a good year ago. My scariest sleep paralysis experience. If you want to hear about that, leave a comment, and I'll talk about it. It'll be a longer video, The funny thing is, I didn't even write it down. I was just, because a lot of times when you dream or anything, things like that, you can't necessarily recall it. That's why they recommend you to keep a dream journal or an astral projection journal. But I can remember it for some reason, and I'm kind of okay with that because I learned from it. And sorry, I keep saying a lot. I'm just really calm, and I'm still a little bit tired, and I can't sleep, and I desperately need to sleep. Like, so sorry if my video, if I'm calm because of the meditating, and I'm also calm because I'm very tired. So I'm sorry about that. I know I should make videos, but like whenever I'm in a better state of mind per se, when I'm more awake and aware, and I'm perfectly aware of everything around me. I'm not on any drugs. I'm not, you know, in any type of influence state. I'm perfectly sober and fine. I'm just really tired. So yeah, if you so just practice these things. Just when you're in sleep paralysis, tell yourself you're gonna be okay. Surround yourself with love. You will be fine. It's nothing to fear. It really isn't. Remember the old saying. I don't remember what this is from, but there's nothing to fear but fear itself. That there's a lot of truth to that saying, in my opinion. So just think about that. Practice meditation. I'm just now getting into it. A lot of this is very new to me, and I'm getting into it, and it's quite relaxing and calming and serene. So I would just like to encourage you to practice meditation. There's many forms of different meditation. I'm trying to practice Zazen meditation or Zen meditation, if you would like to put it that way. It's really calming, and when you actually are able to reach a meditative state, like half the time, like I watched this video by Koi Fresco, and he said like you'll for 10 minutes your mind will be clear, and then your thoughts will come back, and then you're like, did I just meditate? That is so true. I was kind of I was kind of skeptical, but then I remembered I can't be skeptical. I gotta remember to change my belief system, and I have to open my mind, to infinite numbers of possibilities. So, but that actually happened. I was like sitting there about, I don't know, 35 minutes in earlier today, or yesterday. And I was like 35 minutes into it, and I kind of came back to it, and I was like, wait a minute. Like, my mind was blank for like maybe 5 minutes, and when I got up, I was really, I don't know how to explain it. I was just really calm, and I felt at peace, and nothing scared me. I was like, because I can be kind of anxious because I have an anxiety disorder, and I'm trying to get over these things, and I'm trying to do it in a more natural way. I want to get off the Ativan because I don't want to take it anymore. But I'm kind of bound to it right now until I talk to my doctor, because if you just stop taking it, you'll go through violently ill withdrawal, and I don't want to experience that. It scares me, and it should. So, and I don't want to go to a detox clinic or anything like that, because I've been taking the medicine like I'm supposed to take it, 3 times a day, 1 milligram 3 times a day, and I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be able to like, whenever I go into a panic attack, which I haven't done in a long time because I attribute it to the medication, but I also attribute it to deep breathing. If you practice deep breathing, it really, like when you're panicked, you know, for no reason other than the fact that you have an anxiety disorder. It's, I don't know, it's just, deep breathing just really helps. You know, you just tell yourself you're going to be okay, you're going to make it, it's going to be alright. Surround, and even in that situation, surround yourself with love, and you will be fine. Even if you don't, you'll be fine, you just might pass out. Because I have done that. From a panic attack, I have passed out. And I was actually in the hospital, because it was like one of the first, maybe first or second time I had experienced a panic attack. So I went to the hospital because I didn't know what in the world was going on. I was like, my heart felt like it was pounding out of my chest. I could feel it in my fingertips, in my hands. My hands were tingly and numb, and it was scary. And I was like, I gotta go to the hospital. And I called an ambulance. I was like, I don't know what's going on. My heart rate was like really elevated. And the doctor, or the nurse, actually it was a nurse, she said, if you don't calm yourself down, you're gonna pass out. And I don't know why they didn't give me, some kind of medication to calm myself down. I mean, I don't know, she was kind of ignorant and rude. But I passed out. I came to, and probably 15, 20 seconds later, and I was fine. But it was a very weird experience, and that's the only time I've ever passed out from a panic attack. But it can happen. So if you don't tell to practice deep breathing or meditation, which deep breathing, I mean, there's a lot of deep breathing in meditation. Then you could pass out from a panic attack. And this video has nothing to do with panic attacks or anything. I kind of rambled on. So anyway, I'm gonna end this video now. If you like this video, subscribe, share, like, and leave comments if you have questions about that scary sleep paralysis experience I had. If you want to hear about it, leave a comment and I'll tell you about it. But yeah, now I've learned to embrace it. So anyway, this is Brandon, and I will see you guys later.